Welcome to Bottled Grapes. Today we have 2 Prosecco, the other sparkling wine.
Yum.
Welcome to Bottled Grapes. I'm Krunch.
And I'm Regine Rousseau.
And today we have 2 great Proseccos out of Italy. Now remember, Prosecco is another sparkling wine, you know. It is one of the great wines out of Italy that has the acidity and the hold up to any of the great meals that you'll be having this summer.
Absolutely. I adore Proseccos. I love any wine with bubbles, whether it's a spumante to a frizzante. So I'm so excited that we're going to try Proseccos from the Veneto.
And if you remember last week, we had the rosés.
We did, that's right. Yeah, sparkling rosés.
Sparkling rosé.
Yep.
So which you're a big fan of those?
I am.
And stuff. And now we're going to try out the Proseccos. Now, the great thing about Proseccos is that they're a little bit more, tend to be a little bit more drier than your your champagnes, but they have the acidity to hold up, in my opinion, especially to the meat and the pastas.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. I haven't tried that pairing, but I will now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what do you usually like to pair your Proseccos with?
Well, like I said last week, I like my bubbles with a meal and without a meal.
And in between.
Yeah, I actually love to do Proseccos with fried chicken.
Ah.
So that's one of my favorite pairings. Really, a lot of different sparkling wines with fried chicken, with things that tend to be a little saltier. We know that champagnes go really well with caviar, and when I don't have a champagne budget, this is another option for me.
Perfect, perfect. All right, well, let's see what you brought in with us, Regine.
So I brought the Lombardy Prosecco, and as I mentioned, Prosecco is from the Veneto region in Italy. So there we go.
All right. And as you can see this week, Regine brought in the actual sparkling wine glasses.
I did, that's right. We're moving on up, people. All right, so I'll tell you why I chose this. Well, let's take a look at it. So light straw color. You know, the bubbles are not, the mousse, I should say, isn't really small. They're sort of larger bubbles. There are a lot of them, which is, you know, a good sign of a nice quality wine. This sparkling is made in the Charmat method, which basically means that the fermentation happens in a big tank. And that's how Proseccos are made. So let's take a smell. I had to go back because I'm getting apple and floral at the same time.
Yes, that's exactly what I got. I got the exact same thing. I was going to say there's the apple, but then you get that flower and that floral right in there.
Yeah.
So unless there is a flower out there that's got an apple scent to it, you know,
I'm not aware of it.
Neither am I. But if there is,
there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of pear. I get also.
I don't get the pear as much as I get the apple, but I really get the good apples on there.
Okay.
And if anybody knows of a flower that has the apple and, you know, and that's a flower smell to it, hey, go ahead and email us or hit us up on Facebook and let us know. Because I'd be curious to know. That is really good. I like it. It comes really good in there. Okay. The apple's there.
Yeah.
The apple is really in there. This, in my opinion, would really go good with pork chops or fish.
Okay.
With the fish on there.
I agree.
Your chicken, I can see that. But definitely the white fish, the white meats of the fish.
Okay.
Nice, soft, tender. Putting the apples on there, that is really good.
Yeah, I mean, I see this with also a very, you know, it's summertime right now, with a very just simple cheese plate with some fresh fruits. The reason I chose this one is I'm surprised that you said that Proseccos tend to be dry. They do.
They do.
I am only surprised because when I work with consumers and I say, they come to my table and they say, what do you have? And I say, I have a Prosecco. For some reason, most consumers think that Proseccos are sweet. So I don't know where that idea or misconception came from, if the American market was introduced to sweeter Proseccos in the beginning, but I chose this one because it's an extra dry, and I always want to educate our audience and consumers that there are really dry Proseccos. So
it comes in the same category as Rieslings.
Okay.
Now everybody has a notion that all Rieslings are sweet.
Yes.
The number one selling Riesling in America is Blue Nun, so which is a sweeter wine, but it gets to the palate of, remember, this is a generation past gone, to the generation they want a little bit more sweeter taste. They were just being introduced into wine. They didn't have all of the education and the knowledge and stuff that they do now.
Yes.
So everybody's thinking, Rieslings are always, sweet. Rieslings are always sweet. When actually the majority of the Rieslings, if you've ever gone to Germany and stuff, are actually dry.
Right.
And, so they don't have that sweetness. But being marketed, as you said, being marketed to the American economy and the palate, correct? That's a better terminology. Being marketed to the American palate, a little bit sweeter. As an extra dry, it is not dry. I don't feel like, my mouth has been, pulled all the
saliva. It's pulled out, right.
It is really good. It's got that apple and stuff in it, which is very, very nice. And it's awesome food, like I said, salads. Being out on North Avenue Beach on the boat right there.
Yeah.
A Prosecco would be great.
And then one thing also to note, that it's extra dry, but that doesn't mean it lacks fruit. The fruit flavors come out, not just on the nose, you get the aromatics on the nose, but the fruit flavors are really pronounced on the palate. And I just think this is a lovely wine. And let me mention one more thing. Obviously, I love Proseccos. A lot of people like to use their Proseccos to make mimosas or to make a sparkling cocktail. So I always recommend starting off with a dry Prosecco or even a cava, because then when you add your orange juice or your other ingredients, your cocktail won't be too sweet.
Right, because the orange juice is sweeter,
exactly.
And your cranberries is sweeter.
Exactly.
And stuff. So, very good advice.
Do we like
very
this one?
Good. Love it. It's good.
Cheers.
Close sight.
Yum. And beautiful acidity. Yeah. Very nice.
All right. Unfortunately, I'm putting that one into the...
I want to... Okay. I'll be a professional. There you go.
All right. And now we're going to come to the San Tome Prosecco, again from Trevigne. Now, I like to always rinse out my next lap with a pour from, the next one. And it really... this is one of my pet peeves. My pet peeve only.
He has so many.
When I do the wine tastings for events, people come in and they'll take the glass and then they will rinse it out with water. Before you do that, let me show. The reason why is because she just rinsed her glass out, and now this is what would be left over. Now, in most pours at most wine tasting, it's just a little small. You don't get as much as what we are having. And so when you do that with water, you've actually diluted your next taste. So you don't get 100%, tasting of the next wine that you're tasting out. So, I always tell people, just dump it out, and always ask for a rinse pour.
Yes, absolutely.
And then, in the industry, we'll give you a little bit. You take it, you swirl around, get all the excess from the last one, pour that out, then get your pour drink.
Right.
Now, the only time you really rinse out with water is when you go from red to white or white to red. You want to get all of that out. But then on your next, when you rinse out from your white going into your red, your very first red, ask for a rinse pour to get that water out.
Oh, that's great advice. That is really great advice.
So that way you get 100%. All right, so we have San Tome right here from the Treviso area. And this right here, it is not an extra dry. It is an extra dry, but it's actually, you will see in the colors, it got a little bit darker into the color in there. The bubble bubbles on there are smaller and more
Absolutely.
defined.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're a little smaller on there.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
but consistent, little inconsistent, like that. So, what'd you get out of the nose?
The first thing I got is a little bit of toastiness, which I didn't get in the other one.
And then I get that pear.
Now,
It's
I was just about to say more pear in this one
Yeah.
than the last one.
Yeah, apples with that one. So we're comparing apples and pears now. So, yeah, really good pears on them.
A little bit more minerality on the nose, right, than the other one.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But I think that comes with that toastiness.
Yes. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely correct.
Nice, very nice.
All
right. I know.
Now to the fun part.
You anticipated.
My mouth is watering.
All right. No. Drier. Definitely, you can definitely say this right here is an extra dry.
Okay.
This is an extra dry. Already, my mouth is watering after I got that saliva.
Yep. Good acidity in there.
Yep. You got definitely the pears. Definitely has the pears. That was a no-brainer right off the bat.
You know what's the other difference I see is how small the bubbles are compared to the last one.
Yep.
And so this one is not as bubbles aren't as aggressive. It's a little bit lighter, more pleasant, more like it's just sort of tickling your tongue a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's just a really nice, laid-back, dry Prosecco, which is really, really good. And like I said, this is more of a pear flavoring.
Yes.
Okay. Yours was more of that
Lamberti,
nice. Oh yeah.
more apple.
More apple. Fresh. More fresh and vibrant.
You know, and then a little bit more lemon on this one.
Lemon,
on the finish.
right?
I'm just getting it now. It's finishing with a nice citrus lemon, where this was really more fruit dominant, but not sweet. Both dry. Both extra dry.
Both extra dry. And this is a little bit more drier than that one.
Absolutely.
And you know, if I'm sitting outside, I'm definitely going with the Lombardi.
Okay.
Fresher, vibrant, things like
Okay.
that. If I'm inside, like I said, eating that meal type thing, the Santomé here,
Okay.
really nice, but it's a little bit more, down. Again, it seems like when me and you are picking out the wines, it always seems like you're getting the aggressive, going
I'm
hard
aggressive.
animal. Yeah, I'm kind of the old fogey guy here, kind of laid back, relaxed, and eating. Maybe we're showing our age.
I don't think we're that far apart. No, I just think no. Okay, don't tell. Especially don't tell my age. No, I really think that for me, a lot of the wines I choose are not just wines that I like, but I really look for things that I think have a little bit of mass appeal. These are both wonderful. I would enjoy both of them, but I agree with you. This is a lot more aggressive, more fruit, on the front, and this is a little bit more refined and calm. Oh my goodness, you're more sophisticated than I am.
All right.
Well,
there we go.
That's it.
So, you can definitely find these out in the Chicago market.
Yes.
Check down below. You'll find the names and stuff to get out and search for them. Again, you can go on to mobilewinedeals.com, download the app. Check in your favorite wine store to see who has it. Otherwise, hit us up on Facebook or emails. All that information down below here. Regine will definitely know where you can get some of the Lombardi, and she'll definitely help you out. The Santomé right here. Hit me up. I'll let you know where you can get it, and definitely help you seek out your favorite summer sparkling Proseccos. So, I'm Krunch Kretschmar.
And I'm Regine Rousseau.
We will taste out the wine to save you the time.